many questions about life to which I might never know the answers to. Even though I don't know why I was born or fully understand my purpose in life, I do know that my time here is limited. As much as I would like to live forever, I will not. Someday, my heart will stop beating, my thoughts will finally become silent, and I will lie down to rest forever. Morbid, right? When that day comes, I don't want to be just another name in an obituary. I don't want a couple of months to go by and have people forget about me. I don't want to be just a fading memory. Call me crazy, but I aspire to be more than a thought in the back of someone's mind. I want to make a difference in someone's life. I want to make a change in the world. I want my memory to live on forever. Essentially, it would be similar to living forever. I believe that everyone has the ability to live forever. Not in the creepy Edward Cullen way, but in the Michael Jackson, Marilyn Monroe, and Tupac way. In their case, their legacy will be remembered forever because they left an indelible mark on popular culture. Names hold power. They have the power to either create or destroy a person. A person's reputation lives in the name, and one's reputation can be described by either positive or negative adjectives. Either way, these are the adjectives that will be embedded in that person's name while they are alive and long after they have left the earth. Take Gandhi, for example. He has managed to keep a positive reputation for decades. How, one might ask? Gandhi's reputation has never been tarnished because his commitment to social justice ultimately changed the world. Because of Gandhi, the world's perspective on justice and spirituality has been revolutionized. Gandhi's name will live on forever. He is immortal. The late Princess Diana is another example of a name that will live on in our memory. Because of her humanitarian work, grace, and warm smile, she was loved by all. She is remembered as one of the first people to be photographed touching an AIDS patient. For a long time, the world was afraid of this deadly disease that they knew so little about, but not Princess Diana. She took the world by storm and ultimately encouraged people to be more understanding and have more compassion for those who were plagued by the disease. Her name will live on forever. Princess Diana is immortal. Don't get me wrong though, a person does not have to be famous or deceased to leave a legacy. Our relationships with those around us, family, friends, mentors, and peers, help foster the legacy that will live on long after we are gone. We leave a legacy by what we contribute to the world, our peers, and our family. Think about the relationships that you have in your life. Your friends and family all share moments with you at some point or another. In my life, I have made many lasting memories with people. The relationships that I have with my family hold special moments that we will cherish forever. And many lessons can be learned from the special times that a person shares with different people. I know that in my life, there is one occasion in particular that I have learned many lessons from about life and how memories can help keep a family together. The story involves my mom. Francis, I can't breathe. My mother managed to yell through the gas in the kitchen. I dropped the television remote and ran as fast as I could to where she was. When I reached my mother, she was on her knees, one hand gripping her chest and the other pressed against her abdomen. I could see the sweat droplets forming on her forehead, evidence of the immense pain that she was experiencing. I called my brother. He could hear the panic in my voice, so he ran to my mother and me and asked what happened. I told him what I knew, which wasn't much. My mother wasn't able to tell us what happened because of the pain. I started to panic. Never in my life had I been in a situation where it required me to think on my toes to save a life. Not just any life, but my mother's life. I started to call the police, but my brother decided that it would be quicker to just take my mother to the nearest fire station. We helped my mother onto her feet, One of her arms was hanging limp over my shoulder, and the other was over my brother's. We helped my mother inside the car, and my brother drove to the station. Firefighters came rushing outside to get my mother out of the car, and as they did, I grabbed a Kleenex out of the glove compartment so I could hide the tears that were welling in my eyes. Unfortunately, the measly Kleenex did not wipe the fear off of my face. I was mortified as my mother lay on a stretcher in the fire department. Next thing I knew, the paramedics were outside, and they loaded my mother inside of the ambulance. My brother and I followed behind the ambulance as they took my mother to Emory University Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia. My father nursed at the hospital, and I could immediately see the fear on his face as well. I was not allowed to go to the back with my mother and father, so I stayed in the waiting room and fell asleep. The Emory waiting room of the intensive care unit became my home for the next 3 months. The time that my mother spent in the hospital was extremely difficult for me, to say the least. One day I had my mother, and she was healthy as an ox. The next, she was whisked out of my life to the small confines of a hospital room. This experience changed me tremendously. I was in the 6th grade when my mother was admitted to the hospital, and while she was away, my family expected me to act as if I were an adult. I was expected to do most, if not everything, that my mother did before she left. For example, I was now tasked with the job of waking everyone up in the house in the mornings. I had to learn to not press snooze on my alarm clock too many times, or the entire family would be late for their day. As I reflected on my life, I learned that I had taken my mother and all that she did for my family for granted. And now every role my mother played in the family, I was expected to take on. I had to grow up quickly. What I realized while I was doing these tasks was that my mother had made her mark on my life. She went into the hospital. She prepared me for life by making me a competent young woman who was ready to take care of the household if necessary. Because of her guidance over the years, I was able to perform all of the roles with which I was assigned. Even though I was able to manage my life and my family's life while my mom was away, I was grateful when the day came that she came home. The relationship that I have with people, and in particular my mother, have made me the woman I am today. When a person leaves in any way, all that is left of that person is the memories or the legacy that she leaves. When you remember a person forever, then she will continue to live on and be with you always. This idea is best captured by author Isabel Allende in her book, Iba Luna. There is no death, daughter. People die only when we forget them. If you can remember me, I will be with you always. I hope that one day my name will be remembered in such a positive light like Gandhi, Princess Diana, or my mother. Some days I close my eyes and I try to imagine what I would do in my life for which I will be remembered. Maybe I, an African-American female, would get on a huge stage in front of countless onlookers from different parts of the United States and say, I solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Or maybe I will be an international operative who stops a secret terrorist attack on the United States and saves millions of American lives. Maybe I'll be a stay-at-home mom who selflessly gives her children the best of everything while empowering and educating them. Who knows? I surely don't know what my life will take me. All I know is that I want to be remembered for what I do in my life. I don't want people to forget about my memory. I have to live in such a way that I'll be happy about the legacy that I leave and how my name is carried on after I have left. To the AGS faculty and staff, thank you for helping me become who I am today and helping me strive for excellence. To the AGS student body, thank you for being the sisters that I never had. I truly appreciate the many friendships that I have made over the past 4 years. I will cherish them always. To my family, thank you for the love and support that you have shown me throughout the years. Thank you for sending me to ADS. Thank you for all the memories that you have given me through my life. I love y'all dearly. To the class of 2015, thank you for for everything you have done for me. I entered our class in the 9th grade, and immediately I felt at home with my new classmates. I truly cherish the friendships that I have made with you lovely ladies. All of you are like sisters to me, and you will always have a place in my heart. Thank you for all of the great memories that you have given me throughout my 4 years at AGS. I will miss each and every one of you when we graduate in May. I will never forget you.